They thought the storm was the danger, but death was already waiting behind the glass. This was supposed to be just another flight. Yes, the weather was bad. A typhoon was howling through the skies of Taiwan. But passengers weren't worried. They were flying Singapore Airlines, one of the best in the world. They trusted the plane. They trusted the pilots. They didn't know that in less than 1 minute everything would change. And the storm outside wasn't the real killer. October 31st, 2000, Taipei, Taiwan Taoyuan International Airport, Singapore Airlines Flight 006, bound for Los Angeles. On board, 159 passengers, 20 crew. In the cockpit, 3 trained men. Captain Fung Chi Kong, calm, seasoned, 41 years old. First Officer Latif Cyrano, alert, confident. Relief Pilot Ng Keng Leng, quiet, watching, ready for the long haul. They'd flown this very same jet into Taipei the night before. Same weather, same rain, no problems then. So, why would there be now? Pre-flight briefing mentioned something minor. Runway 05R, closed for maintenance. Didn't concern them. Their runway was 05L, the correct one. Well lit, clear, ready for departure. Rain was heavy, wind was strong, visibility low, almost no ground lighting. They pushed back. Taxiing began. But somewhere in the dark, they turned the wrong way. They lined up on the wrong runway, 05R, the one under construction. There were signs, subtle but clear if you looked. The PVD, blank. No localizer signal. Runway lights, green, not white. And obstacles in the distance, but they didn't see it, or didn't believe it. And in the tower, no ground radar. They couldn't even see where the plane really was. Then came the clearance. Singapore 6 cleared for takeoff. Engines roared, throttles forward. The jet began to roll, speed rising. 80 knots. Check. Everything felt normal until something's there. Too late. The front gear smashed into concrete barriers. The right landing gear snapped. The left wing sliced through a bulldozer. Fuel sprayed. Fire ignited. The center of the plane exploded. Flames, smoke, screams. Midsection passengers burned alive. Those seated behind the wings ran for their lives. Emergency exits opened. People jumped into darkness, into rain, into chaos. 83 people dead. The rest stumbled away, shocked, burned, crying, but alive. It took rescue teams 3 minutes to reach the wreck, 40 minutes to control the fire. This wasn't a storm's doing. It was human. The investigation exposed a chain of small failures, each one fixable, each one ignored. The pilots took off on a closed runway. Why? Because in Singapore, only approved taxiway lights are turned on. In Taipei, every light was on. They followed lights, not signs. The airport had no surface radar. No one noticed they were in the wrong place. The weather report didn't mark the runway as contaminated. If it had, the flight would have been grounded. The signs were there. The PVD was off. The localizer didn't lock. The lights weren't white, but none of it stopped them. And the scariest part? Just 8 days before, another flight lined up on that same wrong runway. They noticed in time, they corrected, and they told no one. If they had reported it, this crash might never have happened. The pilots were fired. Singapore Airlines lost its spotless safety record. Airports around the world rechecked their lighting systems. Taipei installed a new ground radar, but 83 lives were already gone. Families left with memories and questions. So next time you're on a flight and you hear the rain against your window and the engines start to roar, remember, sometimes the danger isn't in the skies. It's in the path we trust without question, a path that leads us somewhere we never meant to go.